Welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And a good morning to you. It is Coffee Ann time once again.
It certainly is.
On radio. It's Friday morning. It's March 7th. It's windy outside.
Everyone knows it's... No,
I'm Joe Callahan. That's
we
Dave
did that
Richards
one
over
already,
there.
right?
Singing
Hi
along.
there. How are you, everybody? Nice to be back.
I believe Melissa.
Nobody said it was nice to have you back, but I'll say it's nice to be back.
Glad you're here, Dave. Everything keeps breaking when Dave
Melissa
goes away.
just walked by the door, taking off her coat, says, "It's nice to have you back, Dave," because Melissa's just that nice a person.
I hope she put the door back when she
Yeah,
opened
right.
it. It's a
westerly wind. See that the side of the building
difficult.
that faces the parking lot is the westerly side. So when we get west winds, it rips that storm door right out of your hand.
So you heard that door.
Oh gosh, yeah, we heard
Oh my
it,
gosh,
yeah.
Is
Is it still on the hinges, or is it now part of Transit
but it
Street?
just got like it whipped right out of my hand.
Exactly.
Bam.
It's wrapped around the fire hydrant across the street.
Pretty
from us.
much. Pretty much.
That's where we found the newspaper, Joe.
I know. That's where it was. Rolling right across the street.
Oh, I don't know what area of the city has trash pickup today, but whoever you are, God bless you all.
Yeah, I know. All right, this segment of Coffee Ann sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
Well,
Dave,
Joe, I'm
what
going
do
to
you
mix
know
it up
about
a little bit this week here. Usually we go through all the inbox and emails and things like that. I'm just going to tell you, it's a simple concept, folks, and it's easy to focus on. 334-1000 is the telephone number to call. They will not answer right now, because they come into work at night. It's a 9 to 5 operation, and it's not 9 yet. So there you go. But if you drop a dime, as they used to say, or make a phone call to 334, well, I know it's not a dime anymore, right? To 334-1000, you'll be speaking to one of the freshly scrubbed shiny faces at the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, and they would love to tell you what they can do for you. Just give them a call. Have a happy little chat with them, and you'll find out that they're very nice people and they really do want to help. You
Very
might
good.
have a side hustle or something like that. That's what they call it today, right? Not a part-time job, but a side hustle.
Or a side gig.
Yeah, a
That's
side
another
gig.
one.
Is that another one? Yeah, right.
Same thing.
And they can help you out by letting you know what's going on in Providence and how things might affect you or someone you care about.
All right, thanks, Dave. And I want to bring this up because I don't think Melissa heard it this morning. A little something I observed on my way
You
in
think
this
she
morning.
wasn't listening to us?
I bet she wasn't, because it came in at because I drove by it at about 5:45, and I'm coming down 295 south, and I want to get over to and get onto 146 north, and I can see blue flashing lights up ahead of me. Okay, well, they look like they're off onto the median, so I'll be okay. I'll be able to get by, and then I get closer, and in the median, in the grass is on fire. In little spots, and you look ahead, and there's the pickup truck, fully engulfed.
Oh, no.
in flames. The whole cab, the engine, the bed of the truck, the whole thing is on fire. There are a couple
One
of
big ball of fire.
There's a couple of Lincoln cops there telling you, okay, there's a fire. We look out, but I got there before the fire department did.
Oh
And this is it was way too big. The cops were not out there with fire extinguishers because they wouldn't have done any good. The wind is whipping around like crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. And as I told Dave when I drove by it, and now, of course, the door's closed and the windows are up. I'm in the center lane. I could feel the heat coming right through the window.
Wow.
So it was pretty intense. And then I got a call a few minutes later after that that they heard or saw that the Lincoln Fire Department did arrive and did put the fire out. Now, I don't know how this could have started. I didn't see another vehicle involved. I didn't see anybody just standing around. They were probably sitting in the police car because it was so cold out of what was going on. But how this fire started, we'll hear about it a little later on. But
Yikes.
Things you not used to seeing driving
That's
down the road.
something you don't see every day,
That's
Chauncey.
right. It's just a fully engulfed pickup truck in the median. But at least it wasn't blocking, so I was glad it was over there. So we could.
Right. I hope everybody's all right.
I could get by. I hope so too. There was no ambulance there either. So it was just a couple of cops because they could get there nice and quick.
Yep.
All right.
You know, they're out patrolling, so they're
that's right.
already in the
already
car.
there.
They're
Well,
already in the area.
The 911 calls already come in.
Sure.
Get over to 295. They're quicker.
The fire
They can get there.
department, volunteer fire department, you're home sleeping. You got to get up, drive to the fire station,
Well, I
get
don't
on
know
the fire truck.
Who handles 295 in Lincoln? There's a couple.
Well, I thought.
Or
Or it might have been North Smithfield because
Maybe.
North Smithfield's main station in Branch River could get on 146 and get there pretty fast.
Okay.
Other than that, I think of Manville.
But I didn't hear. I didn't see any fire trucks coming. I didn't hear any, and we're just okay.
Must
and
have just happened, right?
It's
Yeah.
totally gone.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
No, there's no coming back from this pickup truck.
No.
All right, so that's what I saw this morning. Other things going on, and I told Melissa this while you were gone, Dave, on one of the things. When something bad happens,
Yeah.
and it says Blackstone Valley, and I just go, please don't be Woonsocket. Please don't be Woonsocket. Please don't be
Me
Woonsocket.
too, me
dear.
too.
And it's happened again.
Yep.
At the Community College of Rhode Island,
Right.
where the man comes in with a knife and a gun. Please don't be a Woonsocket guy. Please don't be a Woonsocket guy. And it is. And it is. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they were in lockdown yesterday.
They had to go into lockdown. Yep.
Hour and a half.
Now, 48-year-old man, first thing I thought, it's probably not a student. Then I said, well, maybe it is a student.
Yeah, sure, maybe.
But
Right.
turns out he's not.
Oh,
He's
okay.
he's not affiliated with the college in any way.
And he had what
Wow.
they call
Just
it a
decided to-
soft air gun.
Oh, okay. They shoot.
In other words, it shoots pellets,
the pellets,
lead pellets.
or the paintball things.
Soft air gun. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think soft air is you
Okay.
pump it up, or
Yeah.
or you have a
Airsoft pistol.
CO2 cartridge,
cartridge,
maybe. Yeah.
and it shoots lead pellets.
Okay.
Which is basically a bullet, but there's no gunpowder, so the force is less. But it can still kill you if you wanted.
In the right place. Yeah.
And two
Hurt you.
knives with him. I thought it was just one. Okay, so they
In
do go on
case
a
he
lockdown.
loses one.
And our pal John gives us a call every once in a while, every day. He's over at Lincoln Mall. Lincoln Commons is what it's actually called now.
Right,
But
okay.
he's waiting for a bus, and the bus never came
Yeah.
because it got ripped. It got diverted or whatever,
Yeah.
and couldn't come pick up at Lincoln Mall at least for a while. So he was stuck there for a while only because this lockdown was going on
Yep.
at CCRI. I'm like, wow, okay. So let's see what else. The college was placed on lockdown. Public Transit Authority reported a man had been causing a disturbance on a bus. So that might have been part of it as well.
That's
Oh, okay.
And was
He
seen
was on a Ripta bus. He got
he was
there
on
on
a
a
Ripta
Ripta
bus,
bus.
and then he was seen entering the campus.
Well,
Junior,
they have a bus stop there, Joe.
Junior Sage, taken into custody without incident, not a student, no affiliation, and they lifted the lockdown. Lockdown started at 12, ended around 1:30.
So what's ironic about this? The guy's name is Sage, and he does something unwise.
with some rosemary and some thyme.
Well, I wasn't thinking of the
I was thinking of the song.
spice sage. I was thinking of a sage
Why?
wisdom.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't say. He just says he entered the campus. Makes you wonder: did he get into one of the buildings?
Well, but if
not.
somebody saw him on the bus and he was
bus.
brandishing a weapon and he got out and walked towards the campus, they would obviously call,
Call.
and then
Oh,
know,
yeah.
right? So
And lucky for everybody, the state police is right next door.
yeah,
Very close
Yeah.
by. And so, how about being a student in class, and now class is over, and now you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because there's a
right.
situation
Yeah.
going on campus, and it's such a small campus, and it's
such a small campus, and I'm sure those folks have jobs to go to.
yes, I
and-
can't hang
and,
around now.
You know, no.
What a mess. But
Gonna miss the bus. It ain't gonna come for another half hour.
yeah, but they caught him, and we'll see where
Yeah.
things go with here. We'll see what this guy's mental state is, and
Yeah, yeah,
and like
not
that.
good.
And keeping it with Woonsocket, we had the man that was convicted of killing Constance Gauthier,
What was
Yes.
his name? Dussault?
Matthew Dussault. He
Yeah.
wants a new trial. Well,
Well,
why
what
not?
else has he
Okay.
got to do?
Nothing. He's in the
He's
ACI.
about to be sentenced for life inside the
ACI,
jail
yeah.
without parole. And what else is he going to do for amusement? Let's have another trial.
Yeah.
Right.
It's better than hanging around.
So he's
Something
in,
to look forward
Maybe
to.
I'm making light of this and
Yeah.
I shouldn't. I'm
No,
just saying
no.
that.
but that's what a lot of
Well, you know,
prisoners
because
do.
something
Let's
just
start
occurred to
reading
me,
the law.
Joe. Something just occurred to me. Because we knew Constance very well. And she was a regular listener and a wonderful lady. And for this to happen to her was a big tragedy. And then years went by before someone is convicted for it. So we all felt relieved.
Yep.
But it was a very quick trial.
About a week, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, as murder trials go,
Yeah.
you know, this was like Perry Mason fast. Didn't take much time at all. So what I'm looking at is that, well, what if something wasn't quite kosher in the trial? Yes, we really want the person who did it convicted. We want them punished.
Yeah.
But what if something was out of line?
He's claiming his innocence. He always has.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, maybe there was something out of line, and if he gets a new trial, that might come to light. Well, you want justice served as much as
Yeah.
you want the punishment. You want justice served, and if he really is innocent, then that wasn't justice.
So he's scheduled to be sentenced March 28th. The prosecutors want a life in prison without parole, but he's going to appear in court today along with his lawyers, who will request the new trial. I'm sure they'll give all their reasons why they think Matthew Dussel should have a new trial. So, and we'll see if the judge makes a decision today or gives a couple of weeks before his sentencing.
A couple of weeks will get it pretty close to sentencing.
True, but I wonder if it's the same judge that they'll be requesting a new trial from, the one that was sat on the trial and the one that will do the sentencing. Is it the same judge that now will decide whether or not it's a new trial?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, not sure.
It could be.
Yeah,
Or could not be.
Right. I just don't know how these things work.
Yeah.
Does it just whoever's next in line? It's now it's your call. So I don't know. So all right. So Dave, you had I don't know if you want to call it fun. Dave was away for a few days and he was rubbing shoulders with a big muckety mucks.
I know, yeah, fancy.
Melissa. He hung out with Gabe Amo and Seth Magaziner and Jack Reed and Sheldon Whitehouse in their backyard.
In their offices.
In their offices down there in Washington, D.C.
Well, yeah, we went with Rhonda Lapham from the iHeart stations in Providence, and Pat Holey, who's been a pal of mine for a long time, back when he was news director at Channel 12. And now he's in charge of all the Providence TV signals that Nexstar controls.
All right.
And of course, Bill George, close friend of both of ours, who is the president of the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association. And so we were part of the delegation to go down and go right up to the Congress critters and say, these are the things that broadcasters are concerned about. And this is a continuing resolution, House H.R. number 12, that has been in there for a while. We really need you guys in the House to sign on to this. And at the very least, don't sign on to the other side. And then while we were there, it crossed over into the Senate. The senator from New Hampshire and Wyoming both sponsored it in the Senate to get it in there. At that point, it still didn't have a number when we were talking to them earlier this week because it was that quickly over there. And it was our chance to say, well, look it up. This is how we feel about it. This is what it says. We really, really need you to support this. So, this is what you do in a representative government. I mean, Magaziner was particularly vociferous about it. Boy, I'm glad you guys come down and talk to me because we don't bump into each other when we're back home. We're so busy, In a
nutshell, Dave, in 30 seconds or less, can you explain what H.R. 12 is and what you were looking for?
Yeah, H.R. 12 is a continuing resolution. It would be a resolution by the House of Representatives and again in the Senate if they do it. And they're resolutions, they're not laws. And what it would do is there are people at record companies saying, hey, they're putting new performance rights organizations on the street every day. And each one of them are charging broadcast stations for putting the music on the air. Then we've got Sound Exchange, which is taxing people for every song they put on the air. We're record companies, we made the records. We're not getting any of that money. We want the money. And so they came up with an angle. Because, they're not selling physical CDs and vinyl records anymore.
Well, not like they used to.
Right. So they don't have the kind of income they had before. And so they want income, and who can we get it from? So they're coming up with this, and they're going to Congress and trying to get them to pass a law so that they can tax the broadcasters as well. But the problem here is that being big record companies, nobody really cares. So what they've done is oh my goodness, all those poor artists. Only the songwriters are getting the royalties from over-the-air broadcast play. So we're going to give it to the artists because, we know them. They worked for us. We made their records. And also the roadies, when they did the live tours, are going to get 2.5% of everything we collect. Right. Don't believe it for a second. And they're also, we're not going to take much. That Bull Weevil, that Bull Weevil song that we play, that old thing from the 1960s? Well, we ain't going to cause you much harm. And then, they take over the farm. Well, that's, that's what's going to happen. Each of our Congress representatives, senators, they looked at me right in the face. They said, yeah, we know. that they starts with this, oh, we're only going to charge you $500 a year.
Yeah.
Right? That's what GMR, which is one of the performance rights organizations, told us 5 years ago.
And
We're
now
only
what
going
is
to
it?
charge you $85 a month,
And
Dave.
now it's-
And now it's over 300.
Really, it didn't come down. What a shock.
Really? So I mean,
Shocking.
so now is the time to fight it.
Fight it, yeah.
And so what we're trying to do is, because as Congressman Magaziner, the second district, made a great point on this. He says, yeah, but we should get the artist something. I says, yes, I'm a copyright holder personally. I've been a performer. I get it. I've made records. I get it. But this isn't the way to do it. He says, yeah, I have to agree with you. It's not the way to do it, but we have to do something for them. I says, well, you passed the resolution that gives you 10 years to figure out what to do for them. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, you don't cause irreparable harm, because there are 14 full power AM stations in Rhode Island. There are 14 full power FM stations licensed to communities in Rhode Island. There are 28 full power stations. That doesn't include the ones that repeat, like our FM is a repeater. You know, it doesn't do that. But out of all of that, only 12 out of the 28 are actually owned by publicly traded corporations. You think that the big publicly traded corporations own all the radio in Rhode Island? No, we're independent like nothing. Seriously. They own 12 between the two of them.
Yeah.
And there's 28. So I said, okay, here's the argument. How many of these independent, family-owned, small company radio stations are going to keep playing music when you make it too expensive to do so?
0.
You're going to end up with 10 more news talk operations all banging each other over the head trying to out-weirdo the other one because they can't afford to play music saying rotten things about you. Is this what you want?
Yeah.
It's not good for Rhode Island. It's not good for humanity. It's not good for you.
All right. On that note, we got to take a break here in the Coffee and
I
Program.
made a case, Joe.
Well, that's good. Oh, I'm glad you
That
did.
was my job, because the four of us,
Yeah.
we all took one of the different topics,
Yeah,
and that was
that was
my
yours.
case.
Okay.
They call it the LRFA.
Gotcha. This segment of Coffee Hand's been sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Dave, their phone number?
334-1000, call them after 9.
Very good. Thanks, Dave. More coming up. Stay tuned.
In a world where good food, friendly faces, and unforgettable memories collide, there's one place that stands out from the rest. Gators Pub is proudly celebrating 35 years of excellence in North Smithfield. Join us at Gators Pub, where every visit feels like coming home. Our secret to success? It's simple. Our super friendly staff and mouth-watering dishes prepared fresh daily by our talented chefs. Sink your teeth into our delectable lunch specials from Monday through Thursday and savor complimentary soup to warm your soul. Enjoy the game day excitement with multiple TVs showing the Boston Red Sox while indulging in classic appetizers like our famous potato skins and pita chips. Looking for a lively atmosphere to watch volleyball games? Look no further. Pair it with our juicy burgers or the latest cocktail creations to elevate your experience. Gators Pub, your ultimate destination for good times and great food. Come and celebrate with us at Gators Pub on Route 102, just a mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Make every moment memorable at Gators Pub, where good friends and great flavors meet. Remember, there are no strangers at Gators Pub, just good friends you haven't met yet.
We've all got a thing, an obsession. For some of us, it's vintage fashion or cars, anything we can collect, and they all live under one roof. eBay. It's where closets get filled with statement pieces and vintage finds, where must-have sneakers wait for you and designer handbags are the real deal. On eBay, doors open to stacks of the rarest trading cards and a garage stocked with all the car parts you need for any DIY job. eBay is home to whatever thing you're into that keeps you up at night. eBay, things people love.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/radio and use code radio for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/radio and use code radio at checkout.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON, AM, and FM.
It's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan, along with Melissa Murray and Dave Richards. And what did I want to figure? Was it the representative from Texas, Al Green? That
I
was
saw that.
That was thrown out of the speech.
That's terrible.
He was officially censored.
Censured, yeah.
Censured. That's
Censured,
right.
yes.
And you know what that means?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, no, it's on your record.
Okay, that's right. All
When
right,
you
all right,
run
that's
for
the point.
re-election,
Wait a minute,
you
wait a
get
minute.
censored.
Yeah, no,
right.
That's like this,
You're
this is high school.
It's a,
This is high school. It goes on your official record.
That's right.
And it means nothing.
This is going to go on your permanent record.
That's right. And it means nothing.
It's a bag
Yeah.
of brownie points to whoever runs against you in the future.
I think the people of Texas are just smart because it's a big deal. He was censored. So what?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he got the official, not even
I
a
felt
slap
bad.
on the wrist.
I felt bad.
What, that he got censored?
Yeah.
That they voted against
Well,
it?
I got bad. I felt bad that he was so overcome with emotion and couldn't control himself. Because that's all they asked him to do.
I think
They
he
didn't
planned
say,
that.
like what's happening. They said, control your actions. And he couldn't control his actions. I felt bad for him that he couldn't control his actions.
They told him to sit down, he wouldn't sit down.
Mm-hmm.
All
Three
right,
times.
I
On the
know.
third time,
I
they
know.
pulled him out of there.
All right, and it's funny. I've talked to other people about it, and we all thought the same thing. Because Mike Johnson said, "Well, we're going to have the sergeant of arms come in and throw you out." I'm
Right.
I go, the sergeant of arms is like 70 years old.
So what?
Who is he throwing out? But he came in.
Well,
with,
they
he came
didn't
in
grab
with
him
his
by
boys.
the arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't grab him by the arm. They just
Right.
stood there at the end.
No, but there were like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah,
that came in.
right.
Oh, there's more.
Because the
Gotcha.
sergeant at arms has
All
Capitol
right.
Police with him,
Right.
And
Yeah.
he can order them around to do something.
Let's go. All
That's
right.
the deal.
Yeah. He's just the person that makes that call.
That's right.
You're out.
You're right.
You know what?
That's
Something I
right.
noticed too, because this president was late. Usually, there's some happy news person talk, and then they go to the Capitol for the speech. This time, they were all done. They brought in some extra people. They made extra comments, and then they went to the Capitol, and we still waited 15 minutes for the president.
Well,
So-
so walking in and the shaking
Well,
of
I get it,
hands.
but I saw something that I'd never seen in all the times I've watched it.
Okay.
A different person calls in and announces
The Supreme Court.
all
yeah.
the different people who are coming in.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That isn't just one officer of the
Yeah.
House of Representatives that says, Mr. Speaker, so and so, and we all know the one who announces the President of the United
Right.
States.
But
But
it's-
it's
someone
different
else.
people. It's like an honor. They give a whole bunch of different people, and some of them
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
yell loud enough to even make the
Interesting.
microphone.
Right. Yeah.
All right, we got a note that was called in 766-1240.
Oh boy, somebody's listening.
Well, they wanted us to comment if we want to that they heard that or they're quoting our governor Dan McKee,
Yeah.
who basically said Dan McKee said they spent too much time on the child that had the cancer and like that during the speech, and he wasn't happy with it. It's a weird kind of statement to make.
Yeah.
I think I don't know why he did this, but
I haven't
Well, it
heard
sounds to me
that.
like
but
it
it's in the journal.
It might have been an off.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's in the journal.
Must mean it's
Poor
true.
journal. That doesn't mean what it used to mean, Joe. But
in it's in
seriously,
a
getting back to
newspaper.
that, you could be sitting there talking to the governor in an elevator about, well, weather's pretty good and stuff like that, and say, did you see the thing? What'd you think of that? He said, well, geez, they really put her on the spot for a long time. She didn't look comfortable. And then that's your news story. It's not that the governor doesn't like the wind advisory. It's that, the governor thought they spent too much time. This is how things happen in the news.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't put as much importance on that story. This is my response, Joe. As somebody else might. Seriously. Now, if you don't like Dan McKee, you're going to find anything you can to pounce on him.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a hungry news person, you're going to find anything you can to put out on the wire. But
Ooh, that sounds controversial.
yeah, right.
Yeah. I didn't see that story.
No. Okay.
No.
Well, anyway,
Didn't hear
Not,
about
not a
that.
journal reader, huh?
I don't have.
I don't know anybody who is anymore.
yeah. All right, back here in Rhode
Globe is
Island.
where it's at.
This is not good news. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Rhode Island saying they're going to lay off about 30 people.
Yeah.
They lost they had a net loss of $115 million
Yes.
in 2024.
Yep.
I'm like,
I got that news while it was still embargoed. Yep.
yeah. So the company says it's implementing cost-cutting measures to reduce administrative expenses.
That scares me.
So those measures include a 3% reduction in the workforce, and that translates to 30 people, 30 layoffs. So we don't know what else they'll be implementing for their cost-cutting measures.
Well, I'm not going to say. Everybody knows what I'm going to say, so just replay the last time I commented on this, and you'll know.
All right, Rich Lane has joined us at the
Broadcast
coffee
time's
and table.
important. We want to say hello to.
Hi,
Hey,
Rich.
good morning.
Good morning.
The
Good
rooster
morning
is
to be
back.
here. And we had close by. I mean, Norfolk, Mass is not too far away.
No, it isn't.
There's a person from Norfolk that's the winner of $1 million Massachusetts lottery prize.
Oh, boy.
Robert Hadaya won playing the $4 million bonus bucks instant ticket game.
He bought the ticket up in Beantown.
He
didn't
bought it in Boston.
Yeah.
at a place
That
called
too.
Snacks Express. Sounds like a
Well, yeah. You stop. You fill up,
little kiosk by the side of the road.
Snacks
or you
Express,
fill up
yeah.
your tank, and that's
So he
what they
bought a
call it.
$1 million ticket.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
What does he get out of it?
He opted for the one-time
About
payment.
$380?
One-time payment, yep.
$650,000.
Yep.
Before taxes. So
Yep.
there you go.
That's before taxes?
No, that's after taxes.
That's
they
after
keep,
taxes.
they keep writing before in these news titles, and I think it's after taxes too. So.
Well, all right.
Anyway, he won a lot of money.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
up there in Norfolk, Massachusetts. So congratulations to him. And they did. The former flight attendant did plead guilty. This is the guy that put the his cell phone in the American Airlines flight in the bathroom and filmed a 14-year-old girl.
Ugh.
I forget when this took place, but anyway, he's looking at
Gross.
15 to 35 years in prison. And so, I saw the picture on the news of this is how he did it kind of thing. So something to look out for if you're ever on an airplane. So the on your cell phone, you got your flashlight. So the phone is upside down with the flashlight on, which basically, and I guess he must have hit record as well. And then he taped over the rest of the phone and with like red tape and wrote on it in black Sharpie, restroom closed or something like that. Or something was broken, and left it on the inside lid. I'm like, but if you see that, why would you use the bathroom? You would say, okay, I should use the other one. But anyway, maybe the girl just didn't see it until it was too late, and she lifted up. So that's the picture Channel 7 or Channel 5 was showing last night with the cell phone and how he did the filming. So
Bizarre.
We didn't need an instructive video.
No, okay.
No.
He's from North Carolina. He was accused of taping the iPhone to the toilet lid.
See, he's not from Woonsocket, Joe.
Not that. Well, that's good.
Rejoice.
Thompson was confronted by the parents, and prosecutors say he then locked himself in the lavatory, and his phone was restored to factory settings. So the parents are threatening to beat him up.
So he locks himself
He
in the
makes a run
bathroom.
for it to the bathroom. This is funny. And so a search of his, and so while he's in there, he gets the phone
Yes.
and resets the whole thing.
Yep.
Like he just bought it. But a search, because everything is still there.
Yep,
A
yep.
search of his iCloud account reportedly revealed
The iCloud.
revealed
The cloud,
multiple secret bathroom recordings of minors. Wow. And so I said, well, he pled guilty. He's looking at 15 to 35 years.
Oh, well.
And,
So
and he'll
sad.
be so
First thing I
welcome
shut
in
off
prison,
on my-
right, Rich?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yeah.
The guys
Yeah.
love these.
Oh, they
other
love
guys.
them. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's gross.
Oh, don't make me start.
No.
Don't make me start.
First thing I did when I got my iPhone is shut off the cloud.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, me too.
I do not want any backups because the next thing that happens if you fail to do that, Joe, and I know this because my daughter has one, is it starts saying, well, you got to pay us $15 a month because
You're
there's too
almost-
much
yeah,
stuff in
right,
your
right.
cloud.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm not signing up for that.
All right.
Me
then
either.
So I shut it off. I
Okay.
shut it off because I don't want you having copies, and then I got to pay you to keep a copy of everything that's ever on my phone.
I'm just always
I'm
suspect,
throwing stuff
so
away.
I don't use the cloud.
Yeah. To me, it's a violation of privacy I do not permit.
Okay. Anybody see the first Creed movie with Rocky Balboa and
Oh, yeah.
the first Creed one?
Yeah, that was the third one, right?
No.
No, this
is
was
with Apollo
after.
Creed's son.
Yeah.
Who wants to fight.
Oh, I didn't see
It's
that.
just called Creed.
I didn't see that.
But anyway, him and Rocky are talking to each other, and Rocky says something because he's giving him information. Don't you want to write that all down? And he's doing stuff on the phone. He goes, no, don't worry about it. It's in the cloud. And walks away, and Rocky just looks up at the clouds. It's like, what the hell's he talking about? Funny scene in the movie.
I love subtle jokes.
Yeah, that's a funny one. All right, time for the weather forecast, and it's being brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It's going to be windy today.
The National Weather Service has a wind advisory in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. Sunny skies today with a high of 41, but very windy. The wind gusts to 25 miles per hour sustained and up to 50 miles per hour in gusts. Tonight, increasingly cloudy, overnight low of 31, winds dying down to about 20 miles per hour. Saturday's weather, sunshine and 41, breezy with wind gusts to 40. Sunday, mostly sunny skies, high of 44, winds to 30 miles per hour from the west. Monday, mostly sunny skies at a high of 52. Tuesday, sunshine and 56. Wednesday, partly sunny and 60. And on Thursday, a chance of some showers, mostly cloudy skies at a high of 57.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with sunny skies, but it's cold out, but we are at 32 degrees. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. All things vintage and collectible can be found at Timeless Antiques and Collectibles. The 3,000 square foot store is packed with unique treasures from days gone by, including rare coins, vintage jewelry, and much more. Whether you're a serious collector or just looking for a one-of-a-kind gift, Timeless Antiques and Collectibles has something for you. Frank and Tammy Irwin are always on hand to answer your questions and help you find exactly what you're looking for. And with new items arriving all the time, you never know what kind of gem you'll discover. Visit Timeless Antiques and Collectibles, 91 Main Street, Woonsocket today, and step back in time.
Are you retired or retiring soon? That's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3, Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, call Ed or Paul Carew at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Lou Mandeville here to tell you the only place to get your local high school and college scores, as well as the Pats, Bruins, Celtics, and Sox is on my morning sports reports. And they are right here on ON 1240, Monday through Friday on the Morning Fun Show.
It's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan, along with Melissa Murray, Rich Lane, Dave Richards is here as well. And this segment of Coffee and sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Hey there, Blackstone Valley. The Valley Breeze is bringing back the Voices of the Valley Awards, and we want you to be a part of it. Who's got the best burger? The coolest hidden gem in town? You decide. Nominate and vote for your local favorites and help crown the best businesses, people, and places in this exciting community competition. Visit voicesofthevalley.net to learn more and vote daily for a chance to win cash prizes. That's voicesofthevalley.net.
All right, it's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. And Rich, as always, joins us on a Friday morning.
Yes.
Frosty Friday morning. Hey, it's probably colder now than when you were up in New Hampshire a couple of weeks ago.
I don't think so. I didn't see 19 below anywhere this morning.
All right. Tell us what's going on at Post 85, Rich.
Yeah, we got a little bit going on. In fact, tonight over at Post 85, we have a band called Double Bill. They're coming in from 6 to 9:30. Very, very good band. So I would highly recommend that if you want to see some good live music, good band, come over to Post 85 tonight from 6 to 9:30. Not only that, and for anybody of the Catholic faith out there, I apologize because they're going to be serving dynamites for free. And yeah, I know.
We'll just pick up the hamburger.
Yeah. So if you want to pick out
one by one.
Yeah, but anyhow, you're more than welcome to still come. You just can't have a dynamite if you're following your Lent stuff. So. But anyhow, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be serving dynamites for free until they're gone. So, come on out, have yourself a cold beverage, something to eat, and listen to a very, very good band from 6 to 9:30 tonight. Then on March 17th, I had mentioned it last week, we're going to do our St. Patrick's Day deal like we always do. From 11 to 2:30, we're going to do the sandwiches with pickles and chips for $7. And then from 3:30 until it's gone, we're going to do a full corned beef and cabbage dinner, and that'll be $14. So, like I said, we got that coming up. And then that's on a Monday, March 17th. Then on March 19th, which is a Wednesday, we have another Veterans Cafe going on down there. And for those of you that don't know
St. Joseph's Day.
Is that St. Joseph's
It
Day?
is.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't know that. See? So that's the Veterans Cafe is kind of like a social dining opportunity for veterans that are 60 and over. And basically at these Veterans Cafes, we have everybody there from the VA in Providence that probably knows. If you can't get an answer or haven't been able to get an answer, that's where the people are that will be able to give you the answer. And I've attended a couple of these myself, and they work very well. We've got nothing but positive results, and they serve you a nice meal.
Yep.
Too, and the food is fantastic. So if you're looking for a free meal and to get some good information, if you're a veteran over 60, that's the place to be. Wednesday, March 19th. I was trying to, it's not on our posting. I couldn't tell whether it was 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, but if you want to come on that day, just put March 19th down and I'll get the exact time that it's going to start. I believe it starts at 10, but I'll verify that when I come in next week. Let everybody know. And the biggest thing that's coming up, of course, is April, which is right around the corner. And that's our Purple Up campaign for the military kids. And for those of you that's not aware of what Purple Up is, if you take all the branches of the military and if you were to mix all their colors together, it comes out like in a purplish type of color. And what Purple Up does is that for active duty and reserve children, of our military people, all the funds that we raise in Woonsocket with the auxiliary for Purple Up, all the funds stay right here in Rhode Island. It doesn't go to a national or anything like that. And what the ladies at the auxiliary do, Nikki LaFord is the president of the ladies auxiliary. What Nikki does is that the money goes into a fund, and that anything in the state of Rhode Island that involves military children, like over at Camp Fogarty down in, I can't remember what town it's in though, it's a little south of Warwick anyhow, but wherever Camp Fogarty is, they usually have a big thing for the children, well, like a carnival type of thing. We take some of the Purple Up money, the auxiliary does. Nikki gets some of the money down there. We hand out school supplies to kids. So, Purple Up is just a great thing. I know Chelos gets involved. People can go there. Chelos will give a %. And over at the American Legion post, we start out with last year we started out with a ham dinner at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month we ended up with a spaghetti supper. And like I said, any funds that we raise all during the month of April for with Purple Up stay right here in Rhode Island. We help all the military kids. So I'll have a lot more information on that. In fact, I think the ladies auxiliary has their meeting on Monday, and I'm sure they're going to be putting that whole package together. So I'll have a lot more information on that in the coming weeks.
And the reason you do that is, because these kids, they move around a lot, right? Their parents get reassigned, and it's really tough on them. And, to get together with other kids who are experiencing those same challenges is really beneficial to them.
Now,
right?
what people got to remember out there, if you serve in the military for 20 years, if you
your
put a
family
20-year
serves
career,
too.
Yeah, not only that, but the average move is 5 moves.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep, 5 times you'll move in a 20-year span. So you got to
so that's
figure,
really tough.
yeah, you got a kid that, makes friends, they're in the 2nd, 3rd grade, and all of a sudden they got to pack up
school,
again,
know
and
everything.
3 years
Yep.
later, when the mom or dad, re-ups, they get, okay, you're going to this duty station. Well, here you go. Now I'm in the 6th or 7th grade, and I got to
Start
pack
all
my bags
over,
again.
and
Now I'm in the
it's
middle of
hard.
high school. I got to pack my, so that's what it is. I mean, that's what the money, just to make the kids happier. We want them to, want them to have the best experience they can have in a military life. So, like I said, I'll have a lot more on Purple Up coming up. One thing I do like to mention all the time is our courtesy vehicle, and it's, we are so indebted to Imperial Cars over in Mendon for their donation of the sedan that they had given us, and we had somebody donate to us an SUV, a newer SUV. So that's what we're using now for the courtesy vehicle. So it's a lot easier for our veterans to get in and out of. It's a lot easier for me to get in and out of as a driver. But we have a Hyundai SUV now that we're taking the veterans around in, and we've heard nothing but praise having that vehicle. So what the courtesy vehicle is about, if you're a veteran and you're in need of a ride to your either VA or private medical appointment, if you're a veteran, you call 401-766-7585. That's the American Legion post. The person on the other end is going to take down your name and your phone number, and I'm the duty officer for the vehicle. I will contact you. I'll find out when your appointment is. If the date is open, and we only do one trip on a day, but if that date is open, we will provide you with a driver who will pick you up at your home. We will take you to your appointment. We will wait for you at your appointment. When your appointment is over, we will bring you back home. And this is a service that we provide free of charge. And like I always like to say about the courtesy vehicle, the insurance for this vehicle is astronomical. And I'll just come right out and say it. The insurance this year to insure that vehicle, because we have multiple drivers.
That's why.
Because we got a group of drivers that I choose from, and they all chip in to take trips. But the insurance this year for that vehicle was $4,290.
Yikes.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
And that basically drained the.
And do you have to have complete coverage on the car?
Yeah,
insurance?
yeah. I mean, you got to have enough, because you got to remember we don't operate out of the VA. We operate independently. So if something were to happen, we've got the post to worry about. The American Legion post. So
and your passenger, the
and the passenger and everything, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if anybody sitting out there going, gee, I'd like to drop a couple of bucks off at the American Legion post and say this is to help you pay for the cost of the vehicle, we'd be more than happy to take your money.
Absolutely.
Okay. But that we've had the city of Woonsocket help us out. We've had individuals come by and drop off a couple of dollars. But what's happened with this last bill is that we had, it drained half of our account just with this insurance bill. So, yeah, we're going to have enough money to cover next year. But
there's gas, there's maintenance.
There's gas, there's maintenance, there's all that
Oil
stuff.
changes.
Yep.
All of
So,
that.
New tires eventually.
eventually, yep. But, yeah, but I mean, it's a great program, and we've got nothing but praise. And what it does basically is that the way that the vehicle runs out of the VA is that, let's say you have a group of veterans in a certain geographical area that got to go to the VA one day. Let's say there's 6 of them. Well, the VA can get a van up here, and they'll take all 6 of you. They'll make rounds, and they'll pick everybody up like a bus does.
Yep.
But then when you get down to the VA, let's say your appointment is at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and the last guy that you drove in with, or the last lady you drove in with, their appointment ain't till 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
You're waiting around.
You're waiting around.
Yeah.
So basically we're an Uber service.
Right.
That's what we do, and it's a free Uber. So, like I said, if you need that ride, the American Legion Post 85 for the courtesy vehicle, 401-766-7585.
All right, Rich, thanks. And we're going to take a break here of the Coffee and program. More coming your way. This portion of Coffee Hand's been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Hey there, Blackstone Valley. The Valley Breeze is bringing back the Voices of the Valley Awards, and we want you to be a part of it. Who's got the best burger? The coolest hidden gem in town? You decide. Nominate and vote for your local favorites and help crown the best businesses, people, and places in this exciting community competition. Visit voicesofthevalley.net to learn more and vote daily for a chance to win cash prizes. That's voicesofthevalley.net.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Oh, Downy in the rinse shade. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Transforming your land with a John Deere compact tractor is as easy as connect, latch, load, haul, spread. Cutting grass is as simple as roll, click, mow. Box blading is as effortless as hook, lock, grade. And backhoeing is as convenient as turn around, switch, dig. Because when you've got the versatility to tackle just about any job and dealer support in your own backyard, you just have to get in the seat. Find the right compact tractor for you at johndeere.com.
Hey, it's ON Radio's Cruisin' Bruce Palmer, and I'd love to have you join me every Saturday for the Saturday Block Party. We start at 4 o'clock when I open up the ON Music Vault for you to pick whatever you want to hear or send to somebody special. Yes, the good old radio request days are back. Join me for the Saturday Block Party, Saturdays from 4 until 7 on ON Radio and streaming online at woonsocketradio.com.
Hey, it's Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan here with Rich Lane and Melissa Murray. Dave Richards is around here somewhere. I'm Joe Callahan. And so this guy up in Brookline, Massachusetts, make no bones about it. I mean, you see when people go in and rob banks and credit unions and things like that, and they show the picture of the person on TV, it's all usually fuzzy and kind of grainy. It's, oh, gee, who could this possibly be? This video, this guy, he's on his bicycle, first of all. He's either at a Tesla dealership or just in a parking lot where there are a lot of Tesla cars, all right? And he's gone out, and he got the picture that shows, and we've all seen the picture of Elon Musk, with his right arm out, and everyone says, oh, it's a Nazi salute. And he made stickers out of that picture. Now, he's in this parking lot on the bicycle, going around and taking the sticker and plastering it on those swell-looking Tesla vehicles. And one of the owners comes out and now gets his phone out and starts filming him. And he doesn't try to run away. He doesn't try to hide his face. He stops and explains to the guy what he's doing. And that I'm putting stickers on because I don't like Elon Musk, is basically what it comes down to. Or probably Trump, too. And so anyway, and then he pedals away. And so the guy turns his phone over, or the video over, to Brookline Police. Well, and the news got it too. So let's see. The man accused of vandalizing the Tesla electric vehicles with stickers in Brookline, claiming his actions were protected free speech.
No.
Well, that's what he's claiming. But he's been arrested. Harrison Grant Randall of Roslindale is charged with 6 counts of defacing property. So 6 different Teslas. Okay. A video posted by
6 Teslas in the same parking lot?
Well, that's one thing. Maybe it's a dealership. I'm
you
not
just
sure.
don't see him very much.
No.
Yeah.
A video posted by the Brookline Police that he got from one of the owners of the Teslas showed Randall claiming that placing the sticker on Elon Musk appearing to give the Nazi salute was his free speech.
I don't think he...
Now, if he wanted to put it on himself, say Musk is a Nazi,
he can say
that's
it.
Free speech.
He can stand there and say it. He can. He can create a sticker.
Yeah.
But you can't. Yeah.
Police
Putting a sticker on someone else's property is
yeah.
not free. That's not how that works.
Police say a tip on Instagram after they posted the video led to Randall's arrest.
Randall.
Oh, I know this guy. Yeah.
Randall sounds like a dope.
But he's no kid.
No,
he's at least in his 40s.
What a dope.
And he was just, but he's so steadfast in his belief that I have the right to do this.
I don't even.
Well,
I don't even argue. I don't even get in I don't get in political. Honestly, I do not get in political discussions anymore because everything has just gone so darn haywire and crazy, and so I just smile and say, look, the president of the United States is in. He's got 4 years, and whatever happens is going to happen. I heard you on the way in. I heard you all talking about the Al Green censure and all that stuff. And come on, you're 77 years old.
Is that how old he is?
Do yourself a favor. Yep. Sit your butt down in the chair, and if you don't want to be there, then just get up and get out. That's all. And we were talking about, how you guys were talking about earlier, how they didn't announce like all the people coming in.
Yeah.
I think the reason for that, and I could be totally wrong, but I think the reason for that is that this was not an official joint session. Remember, they said that like he's only been in a little over a month.
Yeah.
So they said that it was just a
100 days, right?
Yeah,
right,
it wasn't an official.
A suggestion. If he's given a speech, if you want to come.
Yeah, that's basically it.
As Dave told us, I think he told us off the air. If you don't want to go, don't go. Sheldon Whitehouse didn't go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, it wasn't an official State of the Union address.
Right, because it's like the State of the State. Like when we go in, they hold it in the House chamber. So the Senate goes in and they announce, "Oh, here comes the Senate," and everyone's yay! Here comes the judges, yay!
Yeah.
Here comes whatever.
Here come the judge.
And
She's too young for that, right?
I don't know. And that's how it works, right?
All right, but Al Green is going the absolute opposite way. Of sit down and be quiet. No, no, this is my job.
So
I hate the president. I hate everything he stands for, and I'm going to rail against him as much as I can.
As much as I disagreed with a lot of the policies of Biden, as much as I really disagreed, I never wished my country to do bad.
Well, yeah.
Never. And that's, to me, that's why I don't even like, I want the country to do good. Heck, a lot of people put their life, a lot of people gave their lives, put their lives on the line. Just root for us to win. That's all. Get along where you can, disagree where you disagree if you have to. But geez, don't be stupid about your disagreeing. Just.
Anything to add, Melissa, on that?
Well, I think that theoretically, since we're talking about what's freedom of speech and what's not, does he have the right to stand up and say stuff, and they tell him to sit down, and he's no.
Well,
yes,
nothing
okay,
will ever get done.
Right. Right. I mean, that is his freedom of speech. He's not going around like putting something on other people's property and saying, "This is my freedom of speech." No, not how that works.
I'm sorry I went off on a tangent with that, but it just.
Right.
I don't know. I just, to me, there's a lot of people that want our country to fail, and that hurts me. It really does. Really does.
I definitely don't want our country to fail, and I also think that if we like on a local level, if like someone during the State of the State just like stood up and started like yelling at the governor, they'd be taken out by Capitol Police. Like,
okay.
That definitely wouldn't be tolerated.
So other things going on. Yes, we have tariffs. No, we have tariffs. Yes, we have tariffs. No, we have tariffs. Well, Canada has decided, and it all comes down to alcohol. This is amazing.
Yes, I know.
They've taken all the Jack Daniels out of the bars and out of the liquor stores. We're not going to sell it anymore.
And Tito's as well, like anything American made.
Okay, yeah, American-made liquors.
Yeah.
So Jack Daniels come out and says that's 30% of our sales
are
made in Canada. Now, what I think is going to happen, Melissa, is people are going to, we don't have any Jack Daniels, but we got this other stuff. And so they're going to try the other stuff, and then the Canadian people are going to say, we really want the Jack Daniels back. So in a month, maybe less, okay, let's get the Jack Daniels is going to start coming back into the country.
But it's hurting the company.
Right now it is.
Yeah.
Right now it is. So.
Yeah. It's going to be another, I mentioned this to you earlier, Joe. It's going to be another episode of Freedom Fries.
Should we call it Jack Daniels something else?
We ticked off at the French today, so they're freedom fries, not French fries.
Yeah, and how long did that last?
Right.
A couple of weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
So Canadians, don't worry, the Jack Daniels will be coming back
to all
soon.
of our American friends who like to sip a little Jack, go for it.
Yeah.
There's more for you now.
That's right. And Jack Daniels would like you to pick up the slack. Like 30% more. If you could drink 30% more, that would be
They would love it.
great.
Well, you know, that's really only 3 more sips if you have a 10-sip glass, you know?
Here we are trying to rationalize
I wouldn't know about that.
You wouldn't know. Get off my left foot.
Here's another crisis we need to worry about.
Oh, good.
Butterflies are disappearing from the United States at a worrying pace.
Oh, yeah.
According to a new study published in the journal Science, their total populations declined by 20% between 2000 and 2020. And why?
Did you know that Hurricane Bob, which came right up Narragansett Bay back in the 90s, eradicated and made completely non-existent an entire species of butterfly?
Okay. Wiped them all out.
Wiped them all out.
The study's lead author in the Science Journal said in the statement that the numbers should be a wake-up call. Now, I'm not up on my butterflies, so I don't know who preys on butterflies. What other animal goes after those guys for food? I don't know.
Mantises will eat anything.
What will?
Mantises, like praying mantises.
Praying mantises?
Yeah, that's what we used to call them.
Okay.
They're really part of the locust family, I think.
Yeah.
I'm showing my ignorance, but that's what I remember from school.
Okay.
But, yeah. They do have, and especially in the larvae stage, they have predators, birds, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Or is it something man-made that's dropping the population of?
Well, all your
that too.
pesticides.
Yeah.
All your pesticides.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just be on the lookout that we're losing butterflies faster than we should. All right. There's going to be a new anchor of the NBC Nightly News, if anybody cares.
We knew that because they told us that what's his name was leaving.
Lester Holt
was leaving.
Yeah, but they've named somebody now.
Ah,
Okay.
well, isn't that wonderful?
Who is it?
Tom Lamas, like llamas, Lamas.
Don't make fun of the name.
Tom Lamas.
Don't make fun of the name. You'll get in trouble.
Okay. He's going to take over for Lester Holt when Lester steps down this coming summer. Lamas is a senior national correspondent and the anchor of Top Story with Tom Lamas, an evening newscast that streams on NBC News Now. Okay. He'll continue
Part of the Peacock family.
Yes, he'll continue to anchor Top Story. NBC executive Janelle Rodriguez said in the statement, Tom has the winning combination of journalistic excellence, passionate storytelling, and unyielding integrity. Unquote.
Is it only me, or is the anchor of a nightly news cast on a major network now like becoming president of the United States?
Well, and here you go, Dave, in the last sentence.
You're impressed, but not everybody else is.
This is going to drive Dave up the wall. Ready, Dave?
Here we go. All right.
Finger on ignition button.
Tom Lamas will become the first Latino journalist to host the weeknight show.
What a shame.
What a shame.
Dave hates when you point out
the
differences.
It's all about human beings.
Hey, look, give me my Walter Cronkite back. Give me my Eric Severide back. Give me those old those old guys from the 60s. And, you know,
they wouldn't be doing the same job right now, you see.
They would. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Can you imagine the integrity of a guy like Walter Cronkite being around today?
Well, Walter used to come out and he was
against he would blast it.
But he came out against the Vietnam War and he would say that on the
he did no problem at all.
He gave his opinion. So
all
right.
Yeah, I could imagine what he'd have to say about what's going on today. Though. Probably rolling over in his grave.
I think we see a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone's planning on having surgery,
don't do it.
Don't do it on a Friday.
Right.
And this has got nothing to do with whether or not the planets are lining up or anything.
So don't buy a car that was made on a Friday. Now, don't have surgery on a Friday.
People who have surgery on a Friday face a greater risk of death and complications, according to a new study. A team at Houston Methodist Hospital looked at 25 common procedures and found that the risks went up compared to people who were treated earlier in the week. It's the weekend effect. The doctor's not paying attention.
Oh my God.
I want to go golfing. It's called the weekend effect and could reflect that hospitals tend to operate with fewer people on Saturdays and Sundays when you're recovering.
Well, the doctors aren't around on Wednesdays either. I mean, you know, the offices, a lot of them are closed on Wednesdays. So, you shouldn't have a surgery on Tuesday.
Get in there on a Monday morning.
Come on.
Run everybody's nice and fresh.
The risk of death for Friday surgeries went up by as much as 12%.
I want to know how much
Wow.
money. I want to know how much money was spent on that study.
I don't know.
That's what I'd like to know, because that sounds like some.
I'm with you,
some
Rich.
dumb money that went
I'm
to
with
look
you.
at.
I don't know. I'm
you
not.
wanna-
I'm not going to get a surgery on a Friday now, though. So that's
Yeah,
going to
yeah, I
stay
know
with
it,
me. I'm
yeah.
going to be like,
If you wanna
ooh,
look it
I
up-
don't know.
Yeah, if you don't have the surgery on Friday, you're going to die on Saturday. Well, I can't have it on Friday. I'm sorry.
If you want to look it up, Rich,
or on a full moon or a new moon or something else like that. I've heard it all.
the study was published this week in the Journal of American Medical Association. If you want to go look it up.
You know what are they going to do? Sacrifice a monkey on a Friday? I mean,
No.
what the heck? Come on.
No
Jeez, what's going
surgeries on
Jeez.
Friday.
Well, this comes down to the whole thing where
Because I don't want you to have surgery so I can have a day off. No,
Well,
just kidding.
there,
Just kidding.
there was somebody that I knew that just really didn't like Mondays. They loved their weekends. They absolutely didn't work Mondays. And Mondays didn't work for them.
Oh, it's
And they were
it's a
grouchy
hangover
all
day. That's why.
They were grouchy all day. They were complaining about having to work on, it's another Monday. They should eradicate Mondays. I says, I have a perfect solution for you. Work Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, there you go.
Then it'll be just like a Wednesday.
That's
Yeah.
That'll wrap it up for the show for today and for the week. Thank you very much for listening. Always appreciated. Rich Elaine, thanks for being here.
All right, hey everybody, come on down to the American Legion Post tonight. Double bill the band, 6 to 9:30. Free dynamites while they last.
All right, and
All right.
Melissa Murray, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Happy
and
weekend.
Dave, thanks for being back as well.
You can eat fish twice tomorrow. Make up for it.
There you
how it
go.
works.
There you go. Dispensation from Rich.
It's all about the sacrifice.
There you go.
Holier than thou, Rich, here. Dave, thanks for being here.
Great to be here with good friends. We'll see you on Monday.
All right, have a great weekend, everybody. Do you remember coming up at 9:30 here on ON Radio?
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. The Preservation Society of Newport County is hosting